Our top story, pro-Pakistan Kashmiri Separatist Syed Ali Shah Geelani died at the age of 92 at his home in Srinagar. This was late on Wednesday evening. The hardliner Islamist leader had been ailing for a long time and had resigned from politics and the Hurriyat last year. In March 2018, he'd suffered a minor heart attack and had been hospitalised then. The last rites took place early this morning. Security has also been strengthened in the Kashmir Valley following his death. Restrictions, including suspension of internet services, have been imposed now in the Kashmir Valley, according to Vijay Kumar, a senior police officer in Kashmir. Security has also been increased outside Mr. Geelani's residence. Some senior members of the Hurriyat have also been detained. Former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, when it was a state, has tweeted, Mehbooba Mufti tweeted, saddened by the news of Geelani Sahab's passing away. We may not have agreed on most things, but I respect him for his steadfastness and standing by his beliefs. So, Mehbooba Mufti there giving her condolences. Well, let's go across to Neeta now for more. And Neeta, while Mr. Geelani, had not been very active in the last couple of years, but he'd been such a force in Kashmir politics for so many decades, and now internet services have been cut in the Kashmir Valley.
Yes, Gargi, he was not keeping well for last 2 years. In fact, he was not there in the public life also. But he has left a legacy of separatism because he was always known as a hardliner leader of Hurriyat, Tehreek-e-Hurriyat. That's what he would be known for, giving, because, if we remember in 2010 onwards and all, when there was so much of resistance going on in Kashmir Valley, his one hartal call used to get so many people on roads, but slowly he had also lost his glamour also. Last couple of days he was not in active politics or active anything. He was not well for last 2 years. In fact, after 2019, the Indian government, the center, has initiated many steps against many hardliners, which also included Hurriyat leaders also. Many cases were also registered, but he is the lone leader of Hurriyat who was also awarded with a award of Nishan-e-Pakistan. That is the highest civilian award as far as Pakistan is concerned. Yesterday he breathed his last this thing at his Hyderpura residence. After that there was an immediate clampdown of services around that area also, heavy security deployment. He was buried early this morning. That is what we are being told in Hyderpura itself. Though, his family had wanted that he should be buried in the martyrs ground, but he was buried just outside his house, just few meters away from his house, where, arrangements were made. There was a call given by, last night there were in many masjids, there were call being given to come out of their houses to show solidarity to Mr. Geelani, but the JK administration had taken full precaution. They had put arrangements, bandobast in order, and they had dissuaded people. In fact, the IG Kashmir, Mr. Vijay Kumar, could be heard saying that only immediate family members would be allowed to go and meet the family. So there is a strict law, kind of a clamping down as far as Kashmir Valley is concerned. Internet services are also down in Valley, specifically in areas where, Hurriyat holds influence. Some of the prominent and some of the leaders, some of the workers were also rounded up by the UT administration, that is the Jammu Kashmir administration, late last night because they anticipated some kind of trouble. Mr. Geelani, was initially linked to politics, and he in fact fought elections from Sopore constituency also, where he won. But then he left politics and joined the social religious organizations. He was also, associated with Jamaat-e-Islami, but later then he became the chairman of all party Tehreek-e-Hurriyat. Gargi?
All right, Neeta, thanks so much for joining us with all those details and of course developments with the internet being cut there in the Kashmir Valley. This after Mr. Syed Ali Shah Geelani has passed away at the age of 92. As Neeta described, he was a separatist leader, somewhat controversial there in Kashmir.